The DJI Pocket 3 was released 5 months ago. I ordered mine on the launch day and I spent the last 5 months putting it through its paces. In this video, I'm going to go over all the features and give you my honest review. The most important feature for a video camera is the image quality, and the image quality on the Pocket 3 is excellent, and that's because it has a large 1-inch sensor. There are 3 color options: normal, HLG, and D-Log-M. This is the HLG profile, and it's meant to be displayed on HLG compatible TVs and monitors. This is the D-Log-M profile, and it is meant for professional color grading in post. Where the Pocket 3 really excels is in low light, especially compared to action cameras. Action cameras are compact and the electronic image stabilization is excellent, but in low light is where they struggle. The sensors are small and the electronic image stabilization creates jitters and excessive motion blur, but as you can see here, it isn't a problem for the Pocket 3. On this channel, I share all the latest action camera news, reviews, and how-tos. Like and subscribe to learn how to get the most out of your camera. The Pocket 3 has 3 different focus modes. They're single, continuous, and product showcase. Right now I have it set in single, and you want to use single if you are taking a video or photo of something that's staying stationary, because it's going to pick the focal point and stay there. So right now it's on me, I'm clear. I will try moving around and we see how that affects the image. So if I'm moving kind of further back off to the side, okay, back to the center, come in really close here. Let's see how that is. Now it's set to continuous focus mode, and as I move around, the camera should adjust its focus. So I'll get in close here, kind of move back, move off to the side over here. From my experience, the continuous focus works really well. It can adjust pretty quickly, and that gets us to the last focus mode, product showcase. And this is a feature that I have in my, full-size camera. It's a cool little feature, nothing I've ever seen in a camera of this size, which is pretty cool. With the product showcase, say you're wanting to show off a product or run the test here with another action camera, if you want to put it up in front of the lens, it will focus on the product, and then when you move it away, it will immediately focus back on you. So we're going to test that out right now. So let's say you're doing a product review for your own YouTube channel and you want to show off this camera here. So you go ahead and say, well, this is the new Ace Pro from Insta360, and it brings the camera into focus and blurs everything around it. I pull the camera away, now it's back on my face and sharpens up. The compact size and gimbal really separate the Pocket 3 from other cameras. If you wanted to do this same setup with a full-size camera, it will look something like this, and I can tell you it is much easier filming with this than it is with this. I will probably never use this setup again. Check out these gimbal modes. Swipe down here in the lower right hand corner, and we'll start with follow. And when it is in follow mode, if you pan from right to left, the camera follows your hand movement. And if you look at the roll axis, you move it to the side and it stays even. And then we go over here to the tilt axis, point the camera down, the lens follows down. And point it up, the lens goes up. So it's following the direction of the camera. Now let's go and check out the next gimbal mode. We have tilt locked. So the camera follows when we pan right to left. The roll axis stays nice and level, but when we look at our tilt axis here, I'm going to tilt the camera down, but the lens keeps on facing forwards. And you bring it back up straight, faces the same direction, tilt camera up, and our lens still stays nice and straight and forwards. And our last gimbal mode here is FPV. So if we pan from right to left, the lens follows. If we tilt down or up, the lens follows. And here the big difference here is with our roll. So if we roll, instead of staying nice and even, the lens goes with the roll. Generally, you're going to be good just keeping it in follow mode, but you can do some creative things with the other gimbal modes based on what shot you're trying to get. I got a good test for the Pocket 3 this morning. I'm going to check the stabilization by going up these stairs and hopefully be able to catch the sunrise and see how it does in the early morning light. The stabilization going up and down the stairs should be pretty good. I'm curious to see how it comes out. The big difference between the Pocket 3 and like a GoPro or the Osmo Action is that those use electronic image stabilization. The Pocket 3 actually has a gimbal that handles the stabilization, and it definitely has some advantages. So I tested out the stabilization going up those steps, but I was kind of walking. I really want to put it to the test here. I am going to run. Got the soccer field over here, and we'll see how well the gimbal does on keeping a nice stable image. The stabilization is incredibly smooth. In addition to providing stabilization, the gimbal allows the camera to do some really cool auto tracking. We'll check that out now. With Face Auto Detect, the camera automatically detects your face and lock onto you and move with you as you move around, which is a nice feature if you're doing vlog style content, for example. So we're going to test that out. Once you start recording, that's when the face detect turns on. So I'm gonna come into the frame here, right in the center, and we'll see how it does. And it worked really fast, immediately detected my face. Should be following me now. I'm gonna move over here, and yep, it is tracking me. Worked really well, really quickly. The Pocket 3 has some features that are really unique. The dynamic framing and the active track. I'm gonna test both of those out here at this local park. The dynamic framing helps with shot composure. So I have it set to keep this statue on the left third of the frame. And as I move around, it keeps it right where I asked it to be as I'm moving around. Okay, so you see how well that works. You can get the Pocket 3 from Amazon. There is a link in the description. If you use the link that helps support the channel, I'd appreciate it. Auto tracking is really easy. All you do is double tap on the subject you want to track, and it takes over from there. We're going to test it out here. Okay, auto track enabled. And here. So go over here. Right now, probably about 5 feet away. And it's doing a good job. Yeah, now I'm gonna try, see how far I can go. I turn my face away, see if it can still track me. Turned around facing the camera, and it looks like it still has me. That's pretty good. I'm probably now 15 feet away, and it looks like it's still able to keep me in following me. How it does, picking me up. So right now, came towards me. Get down here. Okay, come back up. And it looks like it picked me back up. Battery life is really important. I put the Pocket 3 through a variety of tests. I tested out the recording time in normal temperatures, the recording time in -9 degrees Fahrenheit weather, going head to head with all the latest action cameras. The Pocket 3 performed really well in the cold weather. It just died at a little over 2 hours and 15 minutes, and it's not even an action camera, so it beat out all the competition, the GoPro, the Osmo Action 4, the X3, the Ace Pro. So really good battery, and that is important because you can't swap out the battery, which is a downside. So at least you're going to be able to get a pretty good amount of use out of it in some pretty extreme situations. So really happy with it. Oh, there goes the Pocket 3 at 2 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, looks like it is fast charging. Let's see how long this takes. Looks like we got to fully charged in a little over 24 minutes. That's not bad. It took the Pocket 3 1 hour and 55 minutes to fully charge using the standard charging method. The audio quality with the Pocket 3 is pretty good. I'm using the microphones on the Pocket 3 right now. I'm indoors, so we shouldn't have to worry about wind or anything, and I'm happy with the audio. I've even used it outdoors without an external mic. I'll show a little piece of that clip right now. I'm also testing out the quality of the mics when I'm out here. You see there's a lot of ambient noise. There's the trains and the interstate down there. It's not too windy, it's a slight little breeze. So we'll see what the quality is like just with the internal mic here with the Pocket 3. When you're vlogging, you want to have as little equipment as possible. So if you can get good sound quality just from the internal mic, that's great. We'll see how it performs. So it isn't bad for a camera. If there is wind, that really does affect the quality of the audio. There is a wind reduction setting for the microphone, but from my experience, there is no camera that performs well in wind. You're going to need some kind of a deck hat on there. I don't know if anything like that exists for the Pocket 3. I don't believe it does, but there are 3 microphones on it, one on the left, one on the right, and one on the back of the camera, so you can get a nice audio from around the environment if that's what you're looking for. You can adjust the microphone to only pick up the speaker to the front, and that's whichever way the camera's facing, or the back. I personally leave mine on front and back, so that way if I am talking into the camera and I want to flip the camera around to show something in the environment, that way it's still picking up my voice. Because if you only leave it on front, when you flip the camera around, it's going to switch to that mic, and then your volume drops quite a bit. I've learned that from experience. Nothing beats an external mic, so that's why I am happy that I got this. This is the new DJI Mic 2. I just got it a few days ago. I am anxious to get it open and check it out. I'm going to start, playing with it, experimenting with it, and we'll have a video about it in the future. Okay. It comes with this cool case. Okay, got a carrying case, and we got, now this is pretty hefty, very solid. Looks like in this bag there's some cords, some dead cats, and in here we have the microphone, 2 microphones and the receiver, but I don't believe you need the receiver if you are going to use the external mic with the Pocket 3. So I believe it's supposed to be pretty easy to set up. So see about getting this connected and testing out the audio to see how it works with the Pocket 3. Supposed to be pretty easy to connect to the Pocket 3. So go over here to settings, wireless mic, press and hold the record button here until it turns solid blue. Okay, now we're gonna press and hold the link button. There we go, connect it. Easy enough. And you can see here that you can actually connect both microphones to the camera, and you don't need the receiver, so that makes it really nice and easy. I got the mic 2 all connected, so that way we can hear the difference between the audio when I was using the internal mics in the Pocket 3 compared to the external mic 2. I have it attached to my hoodie. There's a strong magnet there that keeps it nice and secure, and so far I really like it. Being able to connect two microphones to the camera is really nice. It's really going to be able to make it great for vlogging if you're out with a friend, or maybe you're doing some kind of interview, whatever you're going to do with your channel and your video. Being able to have two mics without an external receiver connected to it is really nice. So that is definitely a plus so far. The Pocket 3 can take some pretty quality photos. I'm going to test it out right now. It's a little overcast today, so not the best light, but not too bad either. With the large sensor, I'll be surprised if the photo comes out bad, but we're going to test it out and find out. In addition to the standard photo mode, the Pocket 3 can shoot perfect panoramics, and you don't have to worry about keeping that little arrow on the line. There are two panoramic modes, 180 degrees and 3x3. In video mode, there's a setting called Glamour Effect, and if you go over and swipe over, you should see it right here, Glamour Effect on. Once Glamour Effect is on, all you do is push record, and I'll give it a few seconds here of my face, and you're not going to notice any difference when you're looking at the screen on the Pocket 3. You have to adjust this using the DJI Mimo app. So okay, that's enough video here. I've transferred that clip to my phone into the DJI app, and now we're going to go in here and adjust some of my features. So at the bottom you have the settings, and you'll see down in the lower right hand corner it says beauty, and once you click on that it opens up all the features. So right now I have it for face clear, cleared away all the settings. You go over here to smooth, and you can see it really taking effect on my face. Then we have slim. If you start sliding that over, increasing it, and you see face starts to slim out. Go over here to eyes, start maxing it out. The eyes will start to get, let's see, can I see any little difference in the eyes there? You can adjust your mouth. Oh, there we go. You go this way, makes them bigger. Here, makes them smaller. Okay, you can blush the brows. Let's see what we can do there. We can really thicken them bad boys up. Yeah, so now I'll go ahead and play the clip, and it should keep all those effects on there. And I'll give it a few seconds here of my face. And you're not going to notice any difference when you're looking at the screen on the Pocket 3. You have to adjust this using the DJI Mimo app. Okay, that's enough video here. That's the Glamour Effect, a fun little feature to play around with. Luna and I are going to test out the slow motion this morning. At 1080, it can shoot in 240 frames per second. At 4K, it shoots at 120 frames per second, so it should be nice and buttery smooth, but we'll see how it does. First, we'll try the 1080 at 240 frames per second. With the really smooth gimbal, I imagine the video is going to come out really well. We'll see if you can see the difference between the 1080 and the 4K and the slow-mo. The Pocket 3 has a few time-lapse settings. There's a standard time-lapse, there's a hyperlapse, and a motion lapse. I shot a few time-lapse and motion lapse to demonstrate the feature. I recorded this time-lapse as a custom time-lapse. I estimated that it would take 2 hours to complete, and I adjusted the interval to set the length of the time-lapse video. It's been a long time since I put anything Lego related together. I looked online, it said about an hour and a half to do it. It took me like 2.5 hours, and I think I was moving pretty fast and didn't make too many mistakes, but apparently I'm slow. Let's say you want to get a moving time lapse of that construction happening at that building there on the right. If we can get some guys or equipment moving around, that would be awesome. Then kind of go up and you can kind of take it across the cityscape. That'd be a cool motion lapse. So what you do is you swipe up and we want a motion lapse. And so LTR is moving from left to right. RTL is moving from right to left. And we want custom motion. Let's adjust the parameters. We want to record for 30 minutes and taking a picture every 2 seconds. That's going to be a 30-second clip. That should work for our purposes. If you take the joystick, move it to where you want it to go. So we want to start, down here at the street. Set that. Then we want it to go up here to the top of the construction. Set that. And then we want it to move across over to this building. Okay. The DJI app is pretty good. You use it to keep your Pocket 3 up to date as far as firmware. You can take a look at your photos, and just about every feature that you can control on the camera, you can control with the app. So it connects really easy. Make sure the camera is on. And when you do that, go over to device. It's going to search for it here. Found it. Connect. Yes, if it wants to join. Yep. Okay, so once it's connected, you can see what the camera is looking at. You can go through and go to low light, slow motion, time lapse, hyperlapse, and so you can do all those features there. But I want to test out here how quickly it can transfer photos. That way, if you want to do any editing or posting for social media, go over here to albums. Just did a time lapse, and if we want to download it, there's a little download icon here in the bottom right hand corner. If we want to do the full download, and it's getting started, and this is only a 30-second clip, but it did it really fast there. So now we'll be able to see the image in its full resolution. And so the app works really well. Overall, really happy with it. DJI has improved their app quite a bit. It connects all the time. The transferring of files is really fast, so I don't have any complaints about the Mimo app. It's definitely improved over time. After trying out just about every setting and feature over the last 5 months, I can honestly tell you that I love the Pocket 3. It's going to be my new main camera when I shoot my outdoor content, but it is not perfect. The biggest issue that I had is that the field of view is too narrow. I had to stand really far away to get the shots that I wanted. So if you're trying to record in a tight spot, it's hard to get the shot that you're looking for. My next issue with the Pocket 3 is the battery. The fact that you cannot replace it on the go. The fast charging is nice, but that doesn't help me much when I'm outdoors shooting content all day long. There is a solution to both of these issues, but the problem is it's going to cost you more money. The standard combo costs $519, but if you get the creator combo for $669, you get a wide angle lens and a battery extension handle, as well as the mic 2, in addition to a variety of other accessories. I bought the standard combo, so I can go back and buy the wide angle lens and battery extension, but that costs $118. If you buy the creator combo, it costs $150 more, but you get the wide angle lens, the battery extension, the mic 2, and a variety of accessories. So in the end, $669 is a lot, but ultimately if you're gonna make this your main camera, it's better just to buy the creator combo. I hope this video is helpful. If you want to see how the Pocket 3 performed in the freezing battery battle, check out this video.